Kia ora koutou, hello everybody, and a very happy International Women's Day. Welcome to Frogs on Friday. So on today's show, we'll be going into Mahi Media, where of course our theme is around International Women's Day, and how you can really support that and get behind this movement. We'll go through some of our hot jobs across New Zealand, Australia, and the UK. And my special guest today is Vinnie Yeoh, a principal consultant from our Melbourne branch in our sister company, People to People. So we're going to get some insights into the importance of celebrating International Women's Day and her experiences in the workplace. And of course, we'll finish off with our social media poll results. So let's jump straight into Mahi Media. So first of all, a big shout out to all the wonderful wahine watching today. Now, International Women's Day is a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural and political achievements of women. And the day also marks a call to action for accelerating women's equality. So I thought I'd take some time today to check in on Aotearoa's progress in gender pay equity, and also to be able to talk about how you can support women in the world of work every day. So some good news to start with. So the gender pay gap in New Zealand has been steadily shrinking from 16.3% in 1998 when we first started recording and tracking these results to 8.6% in 2023. Now, there have been some pretty wild fluctuations in that time. You can't quite see from this graph, but because this is just the June quarters, but I'm not quite sure what happened in 2005, but it skyrocketed to a massive 24%, so the worst ever from a base of 12.7 the year before. Now, despite the ups and downs, the gap has steadied, which is, of course, a good thing there. And it has been sitting under 10% for the last 7 years, and 2023 was our lowest yet. So we are moving in the right direction, but I guess you've got to take that with a grain of salt. So an almost 9% difference in pay obviously can have a massive impact, especially during a cost of living crisis. And again, some bad news, if you happen to be Māori, Pacific, Asian or disabled, as well as being a woman, the news is even worse. Now, sorry, that was a fairly rapid swing from woohoo, the gap's getting smaller, to boo, it's still pretty big though. So I'll finish on some advice on how you can make a difference. So one of the big trends that we saw last year was with employees really placing greater importance on broader outcomes such as DEI, sustainability and ethics, and really wanting to work within an organization that has a positive impact on the world around them and being quite, I guess, outspoken on those values and the importance to them. So if gender parity is important to you, make sure to make this clear to potential employers and ask what they are doing to invest in women and accelerate progress. Okay, so now let's take a look at some of the hot jobs of the week. Now, first up is a job from Wellington. So I've spent most of the week down in Wellington with the team there this week. And 𝗓𝗓 has a great role, a logistics coordinator This one, you're working in a range of administrative tasks to really support that logistics process. The requirements that they're looking for, so it is advantageous to have experience working with schedules, and a background in events would be a bonus as well. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, get in touch with Chitra in our Wellington team. Okay, and our perm role for the week is a senior BAS accountant. This one's based in Auckland, looking at a salary of 120K. For this, you will need a CA membership and some solid experience in a similar role. If you're interested in this and have the right kind of skills to look after this role, get in touch with Jessica Botha from our Auckland office, and also just see what other opportunities are on the horizon within accounting and finance. Okay, let's go further afield. So we're over to London. Again, fairly high-level role here, so senior external auditor position, and this one is based in Southeast London. As always, if you're looking to make the move across to the UK, feel free to get in touch with us or our great team based in London, and we'll be sure to help you out. And let's take a look at the Australian role.
Are you an experienced HR professional who is seeking a role where you can make a positive impact to a team that provides the support to the community? Hi, I'm Jan Lazarus from the People to People Brisbane team, and I'm excited to be working with an organisation that is creating a stir in the niche industry sector by providing innovative and progressive support, treatments and environments for their community every day. This exciting opportunity has come about due to growth and change within the organisation, and this HR generalist role will see you support the full employee lifecycle of the team, but also have the opportunity to build new initiatives, programs, policies, procedures, and more with the support of the ELT. This role requires an individual who has a tertiary HR qualification coupled with relevant HR generalist experience, have a thorough understanding of legislation and awards with proven IR experience supporting line managers with investigations and case management. If you've had experience with implementation of an HRIS system, this would be highly advantageous too. Taking on this role, you will report directly to the COO and work closely with an established leadership team. It will give you the opportunity to be part of a positive change process as you identify new initiatives, programs focused on engagement, retention and culture, streamline and improve processes, procedures and policies, engage and provide support to all levels within the organisation, and have the opportunity to see the scope of your work impact from start to finish. This opportunity will not only tick the professional career box, but also the personal sense of satisfaction, as you know every interaction, action and initiative has a direct impact on the community the team supports. If you are ready to take on a role and make it your own in an environment that genuinely values and supports their employees, please head to the People to People website and apply today. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to your application.
Okay, welcome to the show, Vinnie. I'm thrilled to have you here today on International Women's Day. And of course, one of the themes of the campaign this year is around inspiring inclusion. So really looking forward to hearing some of your experiences that you've had with that in the workplace, probably both personally and in your work with our clients and candidates.
Yeah, of course. Hi, Shannon. Thank you so much for having me here. My experience with this has actually been a really positive one, fortunately. There are so many topics we can cover today, but I'll focus on parental leave as I'm 25 weeks pregnant now, and this would be, I guess, most relevant to me. I guess
Sure,
as
that's
someone
front and center of your mind right now.
definitely, it's ticking by every week. And yeah, I guess with this, as someone who I guess is considered quite career focused, there is still a strong stigma that suggests taking parental leave could harm one's career. And I'm definitely guilty of that, thinking like that self-imposed, kind of expectation. And I guess there are mixed views of mothers' commitment to their jobs due to some flexibility needed. But my question would be, why should women be penalized in their careers for starting families? Thankfully, I am very fortunate to be amongst leaders who are very supportive and they understand it's part of life. And I can be assured that, when I do come back from parental leave, my job is still available for me. And there are different arrangements that could be available to support my transition.
Yeah, that's excellent. And I know that we've recently welcomed back a few mothers back into the people-to-people group.
Yes.
And it's great to see that progress, I think, in terms of the support that's available, not only so that you feel that it's not going to hinder your career, but also that transition period when you're coming back and it's been some time, there'll be changes in systems and processes and things. So really, I think employers are doing a much better job of being able to support that change and set people up for success again.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I've definitely seen progress in this area with enhancements in flexible working arrangement, allowing greater provisions for working parents. And our Victoria Managing Director, Erin, is definitely a true role model in that area. She has just this week came back from her parental leave of 2 years and demonstrates, it is possible to have the best of both worlds. And I've got a lot to learn from her.
Oh, fantastic. Well, great to hear that you've have that support in us. What about from some of your clients or I guess I'm working with your candidates, because some of these I guess considerations will be the same across different businesses and for job seekers as well, kind of weighing up those options.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a shift. And, I guess years ago, people would be pretty fearful or worried, bringing up any parental leave, kind of situations with employers. But I've just this week had a chat with my client within professional services in law firms. And I've learned that law firms have now increased their parental leave to 26 weeks being paid. So that's definitely a really strong perks for anyone, wanting to be within professional services. And then I've also seen progress in parental leave arrangements, recognizing men as primary carers. I'm really challenging the social contract positioning men as primary earners and women as caregivers. So yeah, it's really nice to see these change and transitions.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And sometimes, for individuals, it can seem a little bit overwhelming and, you want to be able to improve the situation, but it can be hard to know where to start. So being able to, challenge those old-fashioned or traditional gender stereotypes is a good starting place. And it's great to see that these benefits are coming through across the board. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. And it's great to be able to end with some positive experiences there as well. And I look forward to seeing you on our own internal webinar later today. Good luck.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Vinnie. Let's go through and Okay, sorry there. You can tell this really is live TV because my connection just cut out. But back into it. So we asked last week, would you be willing to accept a salary reduction in exchange for the opportunity to work remotely more often? Bit of a mouthful to come back to. So this one's quite an interesting result. So yes, the majority said, no, I'll keep the money, thanks, with 66%. But still, almost 34% said that, yes, they value that flexibility to be able to work remotely and to really fit in with that work-life balance. So it is something that they're willing to trade off on salary to be able to have that benefit. So, yeah, interesting to see that that's still very much a very important consideration in people's work decisions going forward. Let's take a look at the poll for this week. Okay, so sticking to the theme, what extent do you feel your workplace is committed to diversity and inclusion? So hopefully we'll have to wait and see till next week, but hopefully we'll have some positive results come out of here as well. Okay, so that is it for today's show. Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to put through any comments and share your experiences as well. We'd love to hear from you. See you next week. Ka kite anō.